How's it going, guys? And this is how to play a song called Thanksgiving Prayer by Johnny Cash. Now, I wasn't aware of any Thanksgiving songs at all because, to be honest, we don't really have Thanksgiving at all in the UK. But I did some research and I found this one, and let me know if there are any Thanksgiving songs that I need to do tutorials on. Let me know in the comments. If maybe next year, well, before I get a chance to do it, because it is upon us now. But let me give you an example of how this can be played. I'm going to choose to do this without a capo and just using the basic open chords G, D and C, etc. We've come to the time in the season when family and friends gather near to offer a prayer at Thanksgiving for blessings we've known through the year, to join hands and thank the Creator. And now when Thanksgiving is due, this year when I count my blessings, I'm thanking the Lord He made you. This year when I count my blessings, I'm thanking the Lord He made you. So the video that I've seen of Johnny Cash playing this song has a capo at 2nd fret. I think he's tuned a little bit high, so it sounds more like capo at 3rd fret. We're just choosing to do this. I'm just choosing to teach this without a capo. The chords would be exactly the same. You can put the capo really wherever you want on the neck to suit your voice. A higher capo will make it easier to sing along to, whether you have a higher voice or an extremely low voice like Johnny Cash has. So for example, so just play about with that and see where it fits you. We begin, whichever way you do it, we want to begin with the G major chord with the 3rd and little finger down. The next chord will be a D, the standard D major chord, and then the E minor, which I would choose to play with my first 2 fingers, and that's how I would generally teach this chord. The only other chord in the song is the C major chord, which as always is a lot easier to play if your fingers are on a bit more of an angle like this. This is the pop and rock style of playing a C, rather than the classical style of having your fingers straight up. It's much better in this musical situation for this particular song to play a C in this fashion with your fingers on an angle. Just make sure they're really curled over. And to just play on the beat, so keeping the strumming super simple, we would just strum the G chord and then the D chord once. We've come to the time, and then it would be 2 strums of the E minor. In the season. So one more time. We've come to the time in the season. And then 2 strums of the C and then 2 strums of the G. When family and friends gather near. Okay? And that's very similar for most of this song, really, if we get a handle on just those first 2 lines. 3, 4. We've come to the D chord, E minor, and again, when family and friends, back to G. Very similar again for the next line, to offer a prayer, that's the D chord, E minor, of thanksgiving. This time stay on the C chord, and then it's to the D chord. For blessings we've known through the year. Okay? If you need any help with those changes, my beginner's course at around level 5 is the best place to look at. That's where I'd pitch this song. But we have this really cool strumming pattern, which I'd like to look at now, which if I just stay on the G chord for this example, we want to pick the root note of the G chord, which is string 6 in this case, or the root note of whatever chord you're playing, and then go down, up, down, up. Pick, down, up, down, up. Pick, down, up, down, up. And then what we're going to do is alternate that bass note with the octave of that string, which is generally means we're going between string 6 and then string 4. So 6, down, up, 4, down, up, 6, down, up, 4, down, up, 6, down, up, 4, down, up, 6, down, up, 4, down, up. Now that isn't easy. It's not easy to find, certainly that fourth string. So a simplified version of that strumming pattern would just be the root note of any chord that you play, in this case string 6, and then just 2 strums. Pick, strum, strum, pick, strum, strum. That is much easier, and as an example, we've come to the time in the season where family and friends gather near. Okay, just pick, strum, strum. But the full way to do it, because you can't really see what Johnny Cash is strumming in the video example of him playing it, we can go for this. Pick, down, up, D. The string 4, down, up. And as an example, we've come to the time in the season when family and friends gather near. Okay, so it definitely steps up the difficulty. I would default now, and I think I'm going to default for the rest of this tutorial to go for the simpler one. If you choose to go for the other one, just play along with me with whichever strumming pattern is appropriate for your level. But let's take a look at this from the top and have a play of this together with whichever strumming pattern you're comfortable with. So from the G chord, and then we're going to go for that first line in 2, 3, 4. Pick, down, then we change to the D chord, so it's string 4, pick, down, E minor. Then to the C, G, very similar again, G, D, E minor, C, and a D. Okay, that is our verse. That may take you a couple of times to get through, but let's move on and make sure we know the chorus this time, which begins on a C, to join hands and thank the Creator. C, and then a G, C, to a D, and the pick was on string 5, the root note of a C, string 6 for the G, back to 5 for the C chord, and the D, open D string. Which is string 4. And then the final part of the chorus, this year when I count my blessings, is almost identical to the first 2 lines in the song. The only difference is, well, I'll talk you through that when we get to it. This chorus would go, this year when I count my blessings, a C straight to D and G. And that happens twice. This G when D, E minor, C, D, G. Okay, let's have a play through from that C chord to join hands and thank the Creator. And now when Thanksgiving is due. Okay, from the C chord, 3, 4. To join hands and thank the Creator. And now when Thanksgiving D. This year when I count my blessings, I'm thanking the Lord He made you. This year when I count my blessings, I'm thanking the Lord He made you. Okay, now just a nice little embellishment which is from the Johnny Cash version is when we do this one, this strumming pattern on the G, this basic one, alternate, if you're ever on one chord, alternate between string 6 and string 4 for that bass note. Does make it much harder, but it really elevates everything. And then to do the full strumming pattern, all you need to do is just do an up strum after each one of those downs. So pick, down, up, and then string 4. And as always, if you're really struggling to play and sing at the same time, you need to really understand how the lyrics go off by heart rather than reading every word as it comes. At least the melody and the timing with the song. So have a sing along to Johnny Cash is what I'm saying, just as a starting point. If you haven't sung along to Johnny Cash and it's not working when you play and sing it, sing along to Johnny Cash. You can't go wrong doing that. And then you need to just be playing on the beat and figure out where your words fall and which word falls on a strum and which doesn't, for example, just by playing on the beat first of all. And fairly straightforward when we're doing this strum because a lot of them would fall on the words. But just as an example, this would go, we've come to the time in the season when family and friends gather near. If you can't get to that point, no matter what level you are with singing, if you can't do that singing with the guitar at the same time at that level, that's level 1. That's what you need to get first. And then try and get it with the round of 3. So pick, strum, strum. We've come to the time in the season. And realizing that if we just keep the singing a little simpler, we can just pretty much sing on every strum. We've come to the time in the season when family and friends gather near. And then you'll learn how the lyrics go and it will flow a little bit more. But when you're playing and singing, you can't start at the end. You cannot recreate everything that you hear right from the word go. You've got to understand it from a bars and beats point of view and understand what words fall on which strums, where that's happened. You've got to have done the homework, as it were. A great stepping stone towards being able to play any strumming pattern while singing is make sure that while you're playing these simpler songs, have your left foot tapping the beat. If you instinctively know where the beat falls in a song while strumming something like this, and I'm kind of nodding my head to the beat there, everything tends not to fall apart, and it's the people that physically can't tap their foot to the beat while strumming a different pattern that typically can't sing and play at the same time because it's the rhythm that's too tricky. Everything falls apart from the rhythm side of things. But there's no substitution for just giving it a go again and again and trying to have fun with it as well. So I hope you have fun with this little song, Thanksgiving Prayer. Thank you very much for watching as always, and please subscribe if you haven't already. My name's Andy. Bye for now.